Friday. How y'all doing out there? Hope all is well. This video is about Diddy. So today Diddy will be getting sentenced. So Judgment Day. Um, and in my opinion, I believe Diddy will do some time. I don't believe he will walk free today because, like I've always said in all my other videos, Diddy has not accepted responsibility. I think that each thing that he pulled or tried to pull, he have, in my opinion, pissed the judge off more and more. And I believe, in my opinion, just like I said with that motion to where Diddy tried to get his case either acquitted or a new trial. Well, first of all, if you were to get acquitted, okay, on those charges, or if you were to get a new trial, wouldn't that bring up back up all the charges? Like, wouldn't you just like start from scratch, or would you just go to trial for just the two new charges? Because how do you get, like I feel what the prosecution was saying, like, how do you get a second bite at the apple? You either start all over or get acquitted or get convicted, and you were convicted by a jury. So I don't believe that there's nothing you can do but take it up with the appellate courts. I feel like these lawyers, in my opinion, know this, that there's nothing he really could do but just doing it anyway, because look, they're gonna get that money and you can't blame them. um but like I said, maybe if he had went in there and said, you know what, judge, and you know what, to all my alleged victims and whoever all involved, to my children, whoever, I apologize, I accept responsibility as of today, maybe the outcome could be or would be different. Now, we're still waiting for the sentencing to see what it's going to be, but I don't think it's going to go in his favor at all. And that's just my opinion, because whenever your fate lies in someone else's hands, especially a judge like Judge Arun, who seems like he does not play. He's like strictly by the law. Um, I don't think you want to piss them off, and then having to hear the testimony of these ladies, it's people out there and families out there, they have children, and it may not rub them as well or so well as to what Diddy allegedly was doing to these victims. So I feel like Judge Arun may hit him hard. This is just my opinion. So hopefully he can go in there now and accept responsibility. It was alleged that he wrote a letter to the judge, saying he accept responsibility and he's asking for forgiveness, although he wouldn't forgive someone who done the kind of things he done if they were to do that to his daughters or family or whatever. First of all, in order to ask for forgiveness, you have to forgive yourself first. And if you don't forgive yourself, why do you think that everyone else or someone else should forgive you? Because you're basically saying what I've done was unforgivable, and it's just, it is what it is. I've done things that's unforgivable, and I wouldn't forgive myself, and I don't forgive myself for doing these things, but I want the courts to forgive me for doing these things, and that just doesn't make sense. So try to start forgiving, accepting responsibility to be able to forgive yourself first, then forgive yourself, and then maybe other people can. So anyway, as to Cassie, allegedly she wrote a letter and to the judge, a victim impact statement, and she says that she still feels for her life. She is traumatized the way allegedly Diddy groomed her into doing these acts with different men. She wants him to stay incarcerated for a long time. And of course, she's a victim. I mean, who wouldn't want that? I mean, because when you were younger, you done things, and as you get older and things play out and you see things, you look at it totally different. And she might really feel, or might really was a victim. We weren't there. I wasn't there, so I don't know. But she may have really been a victim too. She could have been a participant. She could have been a victim. I wasn't there. We weren't there. But she may really feel that she was a victim. And it is what it is. And if those things really happen and he really done those things, he should be punished accordingly. Um, Gina Han allegedly wrote a letter saying that Diddy is not dangerous. He is a good man. He changed. He never did any of those things that she said claim he did. Mind you, she went on the podcast saying that he allegedly she lost a baby. He allegedly did something to make her lose her baby or whatever the case is. Um, so I would be careful with that. And mind you, she was, I'll come to, allegedly the one, I'll come to court. I'm not scared. I'll testify, and then backtracked. So you have to sometimes be careful with those kind of victims. Not saying she is a victim, not saying she's not, but allegedly, according to that podcast, she was a victim. But in the end, she'll learn, hopefully. Then 50 Cent allegedly wrote a letter saying justice should be served. If the judge let Diddy out, it would be a shortage of baby oil, and think of the need of the public and the need for baby oil. He says Diddy is dangerous. He feared for his life. And Diddy will get out and hire more ex-workers, which is a possibility because I believe that. And that he has not had enough time to be reformed or learn a lesson. Teaching a class in general population is not enough time for him to have learned his lesson. So he needs more time in jail. And I feel like Diddy does need more time in jail. I feel like he should sit a little bit longer. As far as his children and stuff, I can understand where Diddy coming from, that they both, some of the kids, both their parents is gone, like the mother is gone and this and that. But these are the actions that Diddy has taken, allegedly. And Diddy should have been thinking about that when he were doing these things. If that was the case, he should have been more concerned with his children instead of doing things. Allegedly, Capricorn Clark wrote a letter, and her letter was pretty. It hit my feelings. Capricorn Clark's letter. I think her letter got me the most, because I believe her. I believe Diddy did allegedly kidnap her. I believe Diddy did allegedly did something to Kid Cudi's car. I believe Diddy believed that he was on top of the world and untouchable. I mean, like I said in my other videos, look at where's all his artists at. None of them is around, but his son, which don't have no choice but to be around. And then the son, allegedly went and made a video of how bragging about how, yeah, y'all came in the house to look for the stuff, but you hit the wrong house. Like, that kind of stuff can turn around and bite you in the butt because you don't play. See, Diddy may have gotten away in the eyes of the law, but he has not gotten away in the eyes of God. And like I've always said, what he done allegedly to the Cassies, the Ginas, the Jane Does, he has daughters, and I'm not wishing anything on them, but hey, it is what it is. And as far as Jane Doe, her son has to see this and live through this stuff. This is not nothing. This is some serious, weird, freaky, crazy, disgusting work. It's disgusting. And I just hope that Diddy can get his life together. It's still not too late. Hopefully he'll have time to come home after he do his time. He's awaiting sentencing. We're all waiting to hear what the outcome is. But he still needs some time to think and reflect. And do I think that judge is gonna do that? Hit him with some time? Yes, I do. But anyway, thank you, YouTube, for listening. I just wanted to come and give my opinion. Once I find out what the sentence is, I'll come back with another one. Please mold me, don't scold me. I'm learning how to do this thing. But like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one.